Morning, guys. So I wanted to do a couple more cooks on this this griddle top here, just kind of get a good idea of how well it's doing. So far I've had an issue with the lighting, and I mean the lighting of the grill itself. So we're gonna see if that does any better this morning. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put together a sourdough bacon cheeseburger. I'm gonna do the burger patty the same way with the crush style and the seasoning, but it's gonna have bacon, tomato, cheese, of course grilled sourdough, and then the burger itself, and just a little bit of mayo there at the end. So hopefully this video is gonna be a little bit shorter. Let's go ahead and start to get this thing going. All right, well, it's lit. So that was the second strike, and it lit right up. So I'm gonna assume that it was just operator error yesterday. So I'm gonna let this heat up for a second, get my seasoning, and what else am I missing here? Oh, my spatula. All right, so give me 1 second. All right, so no editing, of course, at least not for the next couple videos. So here's what we're looking at. Got your tomato, burger, bacon, cheese, and sourdough. And the sourdough is just lightly buttered on one side, so we get kind of nice golden crust on there. I'm gonna start off by getting this bacon down, and I'm currently at, I would say, medium on the temperature. Crank it just a little bit, start getting it hot. Yeah, we're going. So the other cook I'm going to do tonight is, now they have to excuse Psycho Dog in the back there. So tonight I'm going to do chicken fajitas. I just kind of wanted to do something a little different, and kind of put the grill through its paces a little bit, if you will. So far, if this consistently ignites on the first or second try, then that's really only one of two of my not so crazy about parts of this grill. But again, the volume looks really nice. I mean, I can get a lot of food on there. Would like one bigger, obviously, bigger family. So bacon's starting to go. As far as cleanup's really not very hard on this. I used some water, then I used a grill brick to kind of clean it up, and then once I was done, as it was still warm, I applied a thin coat of oil to it to try to keep it from rusting on me, which I don't think it was going to do that overnight, but you never know. My luck. So again, with the seasoning, it's a 5 or 6 different seasonings in there. You got some paprika, some cayenne pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some sea salt, some ground black pepper, and just for a little bit of a difference, there's some brown sugar in there too. Like I know I mentioned yesterday, the brown sugar does have a high moisture content to it, so if you let it just sit in the shaker for a day or two, your seasonings and stuff are going to clump. So you just give it a couple of hard knocks on the table there, and it will loosen right up for you. So at the end of the filming I did yesterday, I was kind of uptight, not really happy with this. I mean, yeah, I said it was it was doing what it needed to do, but it took me forever to freaking light it, which is just annoying. And I'm pretty sure all of you out there can attest to having that one propane piezo igniter combination where it just doesn't ignite, so you got to kind of play around with it. This morning, lighting on the second shot, that was good for me. So that kind of takes that out of the game as far as my overall impression of the grill. So really, that only just leaves the grease trap in the back. I don't like that configuration. I kind of understand it now if you look at the way this whole thing is designed. It would push the grill more forward if you had it up front and be more cumbersome up front. So this is just a really clean work area up front here, and in the back it doesn't really matter. On the bigger grills where you have like the 36 inch on up, like I said, the one I'm looking at is from Camp Chef, and that one's a 6 burner, so that's a pretty good size flat grill. Having it in the back, I don't know, it just seems like it wouldn't work for me. Like I did mention yesterday also, I did cook professionally for 5-6 years, somewhere in there. In the amount of time I worked with, one in particular was a French chef. Don't ask me why a French chef was working at a coffee shop, but I did learn a lot as far as meat temperatures and style of cooking and stuff like that. At least what I could with the limited amount of ingredients that we had. But cooking for me is it's kind of like my escape, my relaxation. Unless your grill doesn't light, in which case, oh. But yeah. So we're doing pretty good this morning though. So before I came out here and started doing this, I actually prepped about 4.5 pounds of chicken, sliced it up, got some fajita seasoning on there. It's nothing special, it's just some, I want to say it was either McCormick's or Lowry's, I didn't really look, but fajita seasoning. And it's marinating, and the way I marinate the meats that I do, because I do a lot of beef jerky also, and all that stuff gets put into the marinade, the meat gets put in the marinade, and it all gets put into a vacuum canister. And then that, obviously I take all the air out of that, and it marinates for no less, for the jerky it's no less than 24 hours. I've gone 36 hours on occasion. It's just more intense flavor. For tonight, the chicken is only going to be, let me see, I just did it probably about, let's just say an hour ago, and I'll probably start cooking in maybe about 5 o'clock. And it's nothing special. I just want to kind of just cover this in food and just kind of see how the cooking goes. So you got the chicken, marinated chicken, and I'm going to do onions and bell peppers, of course. That's pretty much it. So I'm actually really glad that I decided to come out and do this, because I am actually feeling better since this thing lit so relatively quickly. I need to get a bacon press, man. I don't know how I've gone all these years without the bacon press. So cooking pretty good. That actually looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and get that burger going on here. So all we're doing, once again, this is a 5-ounce burger patty, very loosely formed. Put your paper up on top of that. Get your grill press down. So 10-15 seconds, somewhere around there, get a nice crust developed on there. And I'm not counting, so this is going to be probably more, maybe a little less. That's good enough. There we go. No shrinking when I pull the paper off. Okay. Bacon's going to be a little bit more done than I usually like, but that's okay. I use thick bacon. Okay. So then we got this going here. And get some seasoning on there. You know, I did look at one of the burger video from last night, and it did look like I was putting a massive amount of seasoning on there. I really wasn't. The flavors, it wasn't overpowering. It wasn't the least bit salty. It was just the perfect amount of spice and whatnot for the ratio of the burger. So as I'm hoping you're kind of picking up and kind of seeing how this is starting to brown around the outside, you're starting to get these little bubbles of fat coming through the center of the burger, which again, the Western burger that I made last night came out really juicy. It was really good. And then once I was done with the filming, I actually cooked off, I want to say, about another 14 burger patties. And I found out this morning that it used up almost this entire cylinder. So that entire cook that I did last night used almost an entire 1 pound cylinder. So I think if you're going to be doing a lot of cooking, it's definitely going to be beneficial to get the auxiliary hose and get it attached to a bulk tank, just so that you have enough time, you won't run out of time. So these are cooking pretty fast, which is nice. I didn't want to do another half hour. So the crust on there is not exactly what I was looking for, but it will have to do for now. Gonna get some of this grease cleared off here. Like I said, I didn't want this to be another half-hour video. Keep it short, keep it point. A lot of bacon grease out of that. So when I go to do the cheese, it's going to go directly on the burger itself. I'm not going to do it on the bread. And the bread should take just a matter of a minute or so, the way this grill cooks, to get it nice and brown. Now, I don't know how many of you actually, I mean, I'm pretty sure we all had at some point had a sourdough bacon cheeseburger, and when you get them, they're really dry. And that's kind of what I want to avoid with this one. That's why I'm doing it the smash style, so the juices stay in the burger itself. We're looking pretty good on the burger there. We'll get that started on that. Let's get our sourdough down. Again, this is nothing special on the bread. It's just that Franciscan sliced sourdough. Getting already grilling up there, getting nice and brown. Getting brown, turn it around. So we're looking pretty good. So this is going to be done here in probably about another 20-30 seconds. So I'm going to take the bread off, get some mayo on there, put on my tomatoes, get that burger off and onto the bun, or the bread rather. So I did butter the sides of the bread, which in hindsight I probably should have just put it on there plain without the butter. The bread's a little softer than I would like. But alright, so we're gonna let that burger cook there for a minute. Bread's off. We're gonna throw on some mayo. I know I'm doing this off camera, guys, but it's just me. So I'll give you a look once it's completed here. I've got 3 slices of tomato. Looking good. And now for the burger. Turn that grill off. Burger goes on top of that. I'm going to give you guys a look here just a second. Well, I cooked 3 pieces of bacon, so I might as well put 3 pieces of bacon on it, no? Alright, clean this up a little bit. And I know this is going to suck, but I'm going to move the camera for you here. So, this is what we got. sourdough bacon cheeseburger. I'm gonna go ahead and put the other part of the bun on there, cut it open, and give you guys a look. Well, that's the perils of not having a camera guy. And a crappy tripod, that doesn't help. All right, so here, nice crispy bread. Let's give it a slice. And you guys wouldn't believe how much of a miraculous catch that was, but it was stupendous. So, all right, so here is how it looks. Give a little bit of a squeeze. You got some juices coming out of the burger there. And that is the sourdough jack. All right, guys. Thanks for checking out the video. Keep your eye out later tonight or tomorrow for the fajitas, as I'll be doing those tonight. And catch you then. Later.